What's up, guys? We're back once again, and we have some more stuff we need to talk about. We're going to be talking about some more Jeepers Creepers Reborn or Jeepers Creepers 2. Uh, Whatever one you guys want to prefer, because one is great that we have the franchise returning, but at the same time we have a lot to discuss and predict and kind of just theorize about what we're going to be seeing within this film. Now, honestly, I am still very excited that we're going to be getting this, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious because right now it is saying that, of course, they're keeping a tight lid on the casting. They are trying to say that I guess Jonathan Breck has returned as a creeper. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, that have watched this franchise want to see certain characters return. We want to see Jack Taggart return. We want to see Jack Jr. return. We want to see Trish Jenner return. We want to see all these characters return to go up against Creeper because obviously this is more than likely going to be years after the events of the second film, because the third film took between the first as well as the second film. Now, with how it is going to be ending, more than likely this is going to be released later on sometime this year. Um, which we don't know where exactly the Creeper is going to be. We don't know if he's still in the Taggart barn. We don't know if he got sold to someone else by possibly someone else during the generations, because obviously, more than likely, Jack Jr., he more than likely probably is not alive. Possibly he may not be, because right now we only have two individuals. It's going to be at a horror festival in Louisiana, as well as also it's going to be the female who is the girlfriend, who is getting premonitions, who is trying to I guess have premonitions and try to figure out what this creature is, because she doesn't know what the creature is, what he does, what he wants, what he's doing. And then we possibly may have all these characters come back and explain to them that all these different characters that have survived the possible you know the interactions with the creeper, and then now all of a sudden that they are trying to make sure that he finally gets killed or possibly gets taken down. Now, there has been a lot of leaks within the possible set leaks, as well as also different just leaks in general of the franchise. Now, I know a lot of people did not enjoy the third film. The third film, to me, was not that bad. It was not probably the best one, but at the same time, it was probably something that we needed at some given point. But again, it was not the best of the franchise. I will be the first one to admit that. Now, I will say that I'm very excited to see this now. Apparently, it is trying to say that this will be the start of a brand new franchise. Again, this has been a decade since the original one came out in 2001, and again, it's been 20 years. So I like to see where exactly it can go. And apparently, that is not going to be changing the look of the Creeper. And we're getting the van back as well. We're going to be getting the normal look of how the Creeper looks, how he hunts. Because again, if it is going to be within like 2000, I would say probably within 2023, 2024, more likely springtime. Hopefully they're not going to change the time period, like where it's like in the winter, because apparently it's going to be during like close to a Halloween type of vibe, where maybe they're just doing a festival because they are fans of Halloween, or some type of event that has to be close to Halloween, where maybe where all these instances happening has been somewhere in Louisiana. That is not, they're not trying to keep it where the Creeper goes into different areas, and then maybe they can say he migrates to another area, or maybe because he has to move to a different area. We don't know necessarily what exactly the Creeper has been doing this entire time. We don't know if he's been hanging in the Taggart barn this entire time. We don't know if he escaped that one spring when we saw the teenagers seeing Jack Taggart holding his spear weapon and just waiting for the Creeper to come back alive after all these years. Or maybe he got in contact with Trisha and like say, hey, I got this, and then all these years later she's still been trying to gather all these hunters, all these spectators to try to come and find this thing and kill this thing, to finally once for all not just get justice for her brother, but also get justice for the victims that has fell by the Creeper's claws or hands, or whichever you prefer. Now, again, I'm very happy to see this happen. Honestly, I would just love to see where, again, Trisha doesn't have to be in this movie. She could be mentioned at the very end of the movie, or she could be maybe come up at the end of the movie where these two individuals survive, or maybe, like, let's say the boyfriend dies, and then we have where she's somewhere and Trisha hears about this, and then they meet at the very end of the movie, and she basically just goes, like, I understand. She probably goes through this whole thing. Well, how could you understand? And all she's got to say is, because the same thing took my brother from me. You're not the only one. And the next thing you know, we see probably more people coming out at the very end of the movie and just said, and she basically just says, do you want to be part of the resistance, or do you want to be part of basically how to take this thing down? Because there's so many individuals that probably have taken this mission to kill the creeper in some type of form, because it's either taking a loved one, or it's try to kill them and they've survived, or something to where they want revenge, and they're going to try to get revenge against the thing that has been terrorizing their nightmares, their memories, just because they were not able to save their loved one, just because they were not able to get revenge or justice for their loved ones. And I think it'd be awesome to see Trisha lead this possible militia against this the creeper the proper way, not like what we saw in the third one, because honestly I think that was kind of a joke. It looked pretty quick. It looked that they were so-called prepared, but they weren't prepared like they should be. Maybe they're going to go about it a different way. Hopefully they don't try to change too much of the genre about, hopefully they keep true to the storyline, that this is just a continuation of the Jeepers Creepers franchise, that is not a reboot of the franchise. But either way, guys, let me know your thoughts are about this down in the comments down below. You guys ready to see Jeepers Creepers return? Who would you like to see return in the movie? Who would you guys like to see possibly brought up in the movie? Who would you guys like to see possibly be shown in the movie? Or what would you guys like to see, a complete reboot or a complete continuation of the franchise? I'd personally like to know your thoughts down in the comments down below. If you guys are joining today, once again, if you guys are new to the channel, consider subscribing, leave down below. Don't leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed. It helps me out, helps the channel out. Click the notification bell so you guys are notified every time I upload a video, and I'll see you, of course, on the next one.